video for my breakup girlies, my girls who are sad, missing a guy, heartbroken, crying, still thinking about him in the back of your mind or the front of your mind. Anyone who's going through heartbreak right now. I'm going to tell you my story of my breakup, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration. I think it will. So
what's going on, guys? Work back here again with another compilation video. Man, I think we have it in for us today on this breakup story. Hopefully there's something entertaining about it and not just women showing how crazy their dating lives are once they get over the wall. Because if you think you are doing bad, it seems like these women are doing so much worse and they have such an easier time. It's so funny. Either way, yeah, the compilation, as I kind of alluded to, is dating over 30. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it.
a little over 2 years ago, I had the worst breakup of my entire life. I was with this guy, completely in love with every fiber in my being. I thought this was the man I was going to marry because we would talk about it all the time, how there was no option to break up, that we were just best friends. And he always told me, like, I didn't know you could be really be in love with your best friend. I thought people just said that. We always laughed together, spent all of our time together. Like, it was so good in so many ways, at least, you know, in my mind it was. Then he and I moved across the country together. We were already living together, so living together was doing just fine. Moved across the country, and right when we got there, he decided to break up with me. I left everything behind. I left everyone in my life behind, and now I'm across the country. All my stuff is unpacked. I don't have anywhere else to go, and I was beyond devastated. I not only had to deal with the heartbreak of him and the shock of that, but I saw all these narcissistic tendencies come out in him that scared me, like legitimately, like it was so weird. But he even told me he realized he was a narcissist. It was a whole thing.
Okay, wow. Man, I just think that TikTok is brainwashing women, and I think that that's apparent, but it just seems like the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Woman has breakup. It was because of abusive, narcissistic, toxic ex-boyfriend. I'm on my healing journey. At this point, it's just repeat. It's always the men's fault. It's not my fault. Maybe you made moving such a hard, big deal for them, or whatever the case is. Let me claim a bit more here.
So that was a lot to take in. But then I also had to figure out, where am I even going with my life? Where do I want to live? Do I want to stay in this new state? Do I want to go back home? I don't have anywhere to go. I went into the deepest depression. Like, I cried all the time. I cried so much, and I was so tense that my arm went numb sometimes. Like, my full arm would go numb. I was barely eating. I was barely sleeping. I lost like 7 pounds, and I'm 5 feet, so I'm very short, and losing 7 pounds is a big deal for somebody my height. I was just not functioning. At that time in my life, it was the worst thing. I thought the worst thing that could have happened to me. I was the lowest I'd ever been in my life. And let me tell you, that the 2+ years since that breakup, I have been happier than ever. I got into a new relationship within the last few months, and it is beyond my wildest dreams. Thank you, ex, for breaking up with me. If you're out there watching this, thank you. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I literally once in a while out loud as I'm laying in bed, even before I met my now boyfriend, I would think about how thankful I was that this guy broke up with me, and I would just look up and out loud say, thank you, thank you. I have gotten the most beautiful life post breakup that I could go on and on and on about all the things in my life that have manifested so beautifully, because it can make me cry because of that breakup, and they would have never happened had he not broke my heart. Have faith that you will see the light again, that the light in your life will come back, that the light in your heart will shine again, because there's always another. I'm sending you so much love.
And when y'all be over here.
Cool story, bro. I really don't understand what happened for the breakup to have happened, other than, you know, you moved quite a while and that didn't work out. Really wish they'd go on about that instead of telling us how great their life is now. But hey, whatever. I don't pick the clips anymore. Let's see what this one has to say.
being extra critical. Let me tell y'all, it costs. And this is why women these days be having certain standards about going to.
Also, the caption says, every time one of these men get on Beyonce's internet talking about how they don't take women out but expect a woman to have a soft life aesthetic, I don't get it. It's more women bullshit.
Eat and everything else, because we are spending money to look good. And I ain't saying y'all ain't spending money to look good, but y'all's money ain't our money to look good. It's very rare that y'all.
And it never will be if any of you have any sense. Not to demean, but I don't think anybody out here would actually end up doing that for you.
Y'all are going to the designer spots for your haircuts. It's very rare that you getting the $50 and over haircuts, okay? With the steam beard facials. It's very rare that y'all are getting full extractions and exfoliations and going to your esthetician and doing body treatments and getting massages monthly to make your skin so, like, it's very rare.
Yet you look that terrible with makeup on. I try not to bully, but I just don't get it. I'm assuming that she does all this kind of stuff and it's not working for you. Save your money.
But to be a woman is a bill. And that's why when these men be out here like, I don't date, you know, if we date, we go together. I ain't taking no woman out. Then guess what? You're not getting entertained. Because you're not getting entertained, baby. We work. You're not getting entertained. You not.
If you have ever
You're not worth it. You're not worth us entertaining you, or the other way around. Why would anybody want that? Why?
asked the question, how do I raise my self-worth? How do I get my self-worth high? What do I have to do? I'm about to tell you. One answer to that is absolutely nothing. There's
Bullshit.
nothing you have to do to increase your worth, because your worth has always been there. It's always been high. You've always been valuable. You're inherently worthy. You were born worthy. Unfortunately, for so many of us, we have been through shit along the way that has caused us to feel less than. We've been through situations. We've had people in our lives who've just constantly tried to like push us down and make us feel like we aren't good enough, like we're not lovable, like we don't deserve more, like we can never have what other people have. And that is bullshit. So the problem isn't that you don't have worth. The problem is that you believe you don't. The problem is that you have these limiting beliefs looping and they're subconscious. So we're not all sitting there like, oh, we're not good enough. This is very subconscious. So it's looping in the background, in the darkness, in the shadows, that we're not good enough. We can't have that. I can't get that guy. He's too good for me, or that's too much money for me. I'll never have that, or I'll never drive that car. I'll never have that lifestyle. Listen, I'm a relationship.
Of course you are. Yeah, I feel like social media does this to everybody, women or men aside. Always wanting more, and people showing these like very curated parts of their life and cutting out the stuff that's really hard and painful, like, you know, the guy with the six-pack that is going to try to convince you that he got that in a year. I severely doubt that, but anyways, yeah. I get it. Do nothing though? Not quite. It doesn't work that way for men, at least.
Coach, and I help other women completely change their relationships and stuff come up myself. I still find myself sort of slipping back sometimes and having to remind myself, whoa, like, this is not reflective of my worth. This is not something that I'm willing to put up with. So we sort of gotta take a step back, take a beat, and revise. That is powerful AF, recognizing that this person, this situation is not supportive of the life that I...
Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just reading the captions and I'm like, yeah, it is bullshit. There's no way to feel 100% good about yourself all the time, unless you're on meth or something.
I am building for myself. The question is, how do I start to believe and know without a shadow of doubt that I am so goddamn worthy? So do your affirmations, do your journaling, do all of that stuff, but you also got to look at the shadow component, the subconscious component as well. Because so much of the time, these beliefs are very subconscious and they are living in the shadow, the part that you have not yet connected with. I used to date really shitty men who didn't choose me, and I felt like I had to prove myself to them. Why? Where did that come from? Why did I feel like I had to prove myself to them? Why did I continue chasing them even though I knew that they weren't right for me? Because I didn't believe in my own worth, that I needed somebody else to tell me that I was worthy. And that's no way to live. So it's time to start breaking these beliefs down. Where do they show up in your life? Where in your life are you keeping yourself small because you don't believe that you can go to the next level?
I appreciate you all. Hit me a like if you can on your way out. Subscribe if you've liked my videos, and hit the notification bell, and I'll have one for you every other day. Hoping to get back to every single day sooner or later. Just keep on watching the videos and show me that you're interested. Anyways, until next time, always do your due diligence, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.